Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Conquering Debating video. I'm James.
And I'm Maddie. Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different and look at a common type of debate you might come across and how to approach it.
That's right. This week we're going to be looking at debates about banning things. We've got plenty of other videos available on our channel as well, so make sure you follow our page to see them all. But for now, let's get stuck into it.
The way to approach any debate is to ask yourself a series of questions in prep. Let's go through some common ones for banning debates.
The first question we need to ask is, how bad is the problem? We need to ask this because it wouldn't be a debate if there wasn't part of the topic that could be bad. It's the affirmative team's job to prove that it's so bad that it should be made illegal.
So it's the negative team's job to show that it should remain legal.
That's right. To do this, the negative team should refer back to their position. Is there nothing wrong? Will the plan not fix the problem? Or might the plan cause more problems than it fixes? To learn more about this, you can see our video on negative cases.
Second, we have to consider whether the problem can be solved without a ban. Maybe a ban isn't the only or the best or the most effective way to fix the problem. Maybe regulations, health campaigns, warnings, or other tools might be more effective.
The next thing we need to ask is, can the ban fix the problem? And both teams need to ask themselves this for different reasons. The affirmative team needs to ask this because they need to defend the plan from the opposition and they need to strengthen their own arguments. And the negative team needs to ask this because they're often trying to argue that the ban won't work.
Importantly, it isn't enough for the negative team to prove that the ban won't work all of the time. In order to win the debate, you need to prove that the ban will also have harms.
Then we need to ask, can people make a rational choice about the harms?
People generally like to be able to do what they want and make their own choices. So a choice would have to be pretty bad for the government to say that a person shouldn't be allowed to make it. The affirmative team can try and argue that there are other factors involved that means that a person isn't making a real choice, like if they're addicted to something. Maybe the choice impacts on people who aren't even making it, like the families of people addicted to gambling who aren't choosing to partake in the activity but are impacted nonetheless.
Finally, we need to ask if there are any other larger harms of the ban that might be worse than the status quo.
Debating is all about being comparative, so you have to show why you're better than the other team. Maybe you can try and prove that the ban creates issues that weren't there originally. Say if gambling was made illegal, will that hurt the economy? Or if alcohol is banned, will that create a black market trade, an illegal trade on alcohol that didn't exist before? When answering this question, it's important to be clear on comparing which outcome is worse and why.
Some of these questions may seem difficult, but you can take inspiration from the world around you. Think about things that are already banned or not banned. Take alcohol or cigarettes, for example. Why are these things not banned? What systems are in place to minimize the harms from these things? Are there any legitimate exceptions to these bans? What information can you take from this, and how can you apply it to the current debate?
So, if you think about these questions in prep, you'll be in a good position to handle a debate on banning just about anything.
That's right, Maddie. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to see more.
See you next time.
See ya.